Today I'm going to be showing you a little trick that I learned. It's using a soldering iron and some plastic. It's called plastic welding.
Nice.
Okay, because some genius decided to rivet my side skirts on the CRX. So what you got to do is, first things first, obviously clean up the area. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I sanded it down with some 60 grit, whatever. It's usually 60 or 80. That works. But what you want to do then is, if there's a hole like how I have a hole, I just filled it up in the backside, so it's really solid right now. There's no way that I could push through this right now. On this one was also a big hole, but I just used this plastic to push it in there, filled it in, and I do a layer after layer of plastic. And I let it cool off before you continue to do it. You don't want your soldering iron too hot. I don't know if you can see that, but I literally have my soldering iron just about a little over 250. Just a little. But you let it cool off, and then you take the soldering iron and I'm using wire loom because it's plastic, you know, it works the same. I set it here and I just gently kind of cut away with it as the heat gets hot. Well, obviously as the plastic gets hot, it will start to melt. You don't want it to liquefy, because if it liquefies, it's gonna smoke everywhere. That's you're doing it wrong. If it's gonna smoke, it doesn't matter, you know, it's plastic, it's gonna smoke. But if it smokes like a volcano, then you're doing it wrong. But you use the soldering iron to cut away some of the plastic, because it'll cut it because it's hot, and you just kind of spread it over kind of like peanut butter, and let it cool off, and then do another and another and another, and then eventually it'll get hard enough to where you can't even push through it. So it's full of plastic inside the middle, on the back side, and on top. You could also use this to fix cracked bumpers, so that's pretty cool. I'm just using a soldering iron and some plastic. That's how I learned how to do it. They have guns for it where you could literally stitch weld and stuff like that. Another little thing that you could do also is, let's say you have a crack, let's say this is a crack, right? And it's split. It's split just this way, horizontal. What you could do is take a piece of MIG wire, right? Or bobby pin. Doesn't matter what kind of wire it is, as long as it's small. And it'll act as a stitch. So I'm going to use this wire right here just to show you as an example. But you take this wire and you'll set it down all over the broken part like this. So you set it over, and you take the soldering iron and you just barely put it on there. And what that'll start to do is the MIG wire or the bobby pin or whatever will start to the heat will start to generate throughout it, the whole thing, and it will start to seep into the plastic. As it starts to seep into the plastic, you don't want it to go all the way through, just enough to where it's kind of in there, like swimwear, you know what I'm saying? And then you take a little bit of extra plastic that you have, you know, fire loom or whatever, and you cover it, layer after layer after layer. What that will do is add rigidness to it, so if plastic were to break, the stitch weld that you did with the bobby pin or the MIG wire, it'll still hold it together because it's covered by plastic and it's buried beneath the plastic. So it's acting kind of essentially as a stitch, as if you got a cut. It's doing the same thing, except you don't put plastic over your cut. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the process of how to do it. Inside, I already filled it up with plastic. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's kind of black and looks discolored from the other plastic. So what you do is this still hot? Yeah, okay. What you do is I take the plastic, I kind of set it over like this, and I just let it burn. Fill in the hole. Let the other side of the plastic. What you want is the plastics to kind of bond together to make one. So I'm just filling this hole in right now, and then I'm going to start putting a layer of plastic over it, but you can see how different it looks now. It's gonna always look weird or whatever, because you know you're putting new plastic. I use this little plastic thing to scrape off the extra plastic. So what? After you let it cool off a little bit, because you don't want to make it extremely hot, because then you won't get any kind of welding, plastic welding done. We're gonna go right over it again. They have guns for these, you know, but I mean, if you don't feel like spending like close to $69 or more, you can just use a soldering iron with a temperature regulation on it. Change the temperature to how you want it to be, and then that'll be that. So I know what you're probably thinking, yo, like, if it looks like this, why the fuck would I want to do it? After this hardens, you let it just chill and it hardens or whatever, you can sand that down, maybe 220, 400 grit, sand the whole thing smooth. Wouldn't even look like it's been soldered. But I'm gonna finish filling this up right now because we're almost done with this hole. I have all my other side skirts and side moldings that some genius decided to rivet onto the car. So not only do I have the clusterfuck of rust that is all over the car, I also have holes everywhere due to rivets holding on the bumper, the side skirts, the fucking side moldings, even the damn, man, even the fucking mud guards, even the guy drilled into the wall, the inner firewall, or the wheel well. And honestly, this doesn't just work for cars. You can literally do this with anything, honestly. But yeah, there it is. You can see how it looks. It looks pretty solid. I wonder if it's still a little squishy, you know, kind of like my ball sack. But when it fills up and it gets done, I'm gonna put some more layers in the back. This thing, you couldn't even tell, hopefully. I don't know, I'm not a professional, don't listen to me. But hey, I saw some dude doing this on YouTube. I thought I'd show you guys too, because you know, the people who log into my channel, I have some friends who probably don't know something about something like this. So if it helps you out, helps me out, helps everyone out. So going to try to attempt to fix these gashes here with it, because this plastic is just kind of folded over. So what I was going to do is heat it up and fold it back, and then the same thing with this one. Has like this little hangnail of plastic. Just fold it back that way and heat it up. Maybe just put a thin layer of plastic over that. See how that works? I'm no safety specialist, but I would recommend somebody wearing gloves. But if you're a dumbass like me and you don't like gloves because they get in the way of literally everything, including sex, if you catch that you know, joke, you will get burned. And like I said, I'm no genius, and the people who know me know that. I'm just a guy pretending to be a dude disguised as another dude. But see, I'm filling in the hole. This is probably the easiest hole I've filled in since, well, God, I don't even remember the last time I filled a hole, if you guys know. If you catch my cold. Just fill that in, make it nice and smooth. Plastic is gonna burn. It's the usual. It's natural. It's gonna happen. Don't mind the shakiness. I haven't eaten today, so fuck off. But I thought I'd show you this useful technique. Technique! The pelvic woo! there it is, all done, all finished, and ready to go back onto the car after obviously I paint it. Damn, that is like, that's really solid. Look, I'm pushing into it. Nothing. Nothing at all. The backside's a little squishy still. That's because I just got done welding, welding that one, but the front of it, this one too, this one's hot still, but the front of it, rock solid. Nice. You guys want to know what I do when I film these segments, like what I'm doing on the pass, like just to pass the time? This is what I meant. Look at this. Look at it. Somebody riveted that right over there. These are rivet holes. That's a rivet hole. These are holes right here. Look at this. That's a rivet. Couldn't get up. Rivet down there. Man, like, still rivets. Like, they looked at this car and they were like, how can I fuck this up? Meantime, he looked at his friend and he was like, get my rivet gun. And his stupid fucking friend looked at him and was like,
oh, fuck yeah, this is the shit.
Now I gotta pull this one off. Is that a dent in it? No, okay. So now I gotta pull this off and fill in the backside, fill in the front of it, and then it will be like brand new once I sand it and paint it, obviously. Oh man, there's a little nick right there. Damn, and there, but that can be fixed with the plastic welding technique. Doing this could save you, you know, a couple of bucks, a lot of bucks actually. Instead of buying a new bumper, because everybody knows how much CRX parts cost. They cost an arm and a fucking leg. So if I could help save you money, then I guess I'm doing something right. Right? I'm going to grab another piece of trim, and we're going to fill that one in and see how it looks. Always remember to utilize this technique. Just always remember. You got that? Always remember. Technique. It is fucking cold. I don't even want to do anything anymore. See how bad this one is? Look at all the fucking holes in this one. Jesus. I got holes there, hole. They literally like rivet the whole thing. There's a fucking rivet still stuck in it. Jesus. There's a one right there. Man. But hey, you know, the clips are all good. They're still fine and dandy. That'll work for me. You can also use this whole technique to fix clips too. So I'm gonna get ready to fix this one. I don't even know how I'm gonna fix this, but probably just try to fill it in with more plastic and sand it down. We'll find out.
Smashing the glass all on my head. I'd rather be dead or laying in bed. Just pull up when I pour up, never give up. Looking in the mirror 4 days till I wake up, gone. Never look back is my plan of attack. My mind is slipping through the cracks. Wish I could find a time just to relax. This world was never made for us. We slowly fade into the darkness. Think back on your life when you was asleep all alone in your apartment. Time stops, your body drops. Looking for another home, just to realize you really all alone. The skies and stars are falling apart and there ain't nothing to do. You running and cursing because you cannot take what's on the news. You start to panic, your body demanding to get you far away. It's never too late to get down on your knees and dig your grave. No time for escape, no it's too late. Can I stop fate for this heat wave that will create? Yelling please wait for the freeze wave. Terror earthquake, bodies decay on the freeway. Looking for somewhere to run, trying to get out but it's done. Hearing the sirens ring on, there is no hope that can go. I'ma just run till I'm gone. No God above looking down on us now. We're all alone in this world we call hell. We killing people and end up in cells. But when we die is there anywhere else? Maybe we are all that's left. The broken unfortunate just put a fork in the center to orbit. It dwells on the fact that it never was really important. We forgot all of the things we are taught. Rather just look at a box, don't take into thought. If we were burning our crops, our bodies are destined to rot. Light up a cigarette, dying is imminent, lying the sediment. Fighting this feeling, the blower keeps spilling because no one's winning. But that don't take away the fact that we gotta do what we gotta do to make it through. Take whatever life that comes for you. Don't ever turn your back on someone new. And if not, you'll end up in dishes with 6 shots. You think it's fictitious, but it's not. Don't stop when ahead. You gotta go make that bread. So this is just my take on life. When you grow up this way, not everyone is cut out living with nowhere to stay. And if you hating on us, then just get the fuck.
That's what I got so far. And over here, I got these 3 filled in, front and back. These 3 right there. But gonna sum up today's video. It's pretty quick. I gotta get this done because it is cold out here. I haven't eaten. And if you like this video and if it helped you out and you learned something, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And this is Lazymangarage. We get shit done when we feel like it.